And what we are talking about is employment. Has Wike done well in employment? Remember the position of River State on employment under Wike, and remember tax force is not employment. Darlington, how do you respond to that? There's also the matter of the 5,000 jobs that the state government promised. 2018, I believe, 4,000 teaching. 10,000 teaching, I think, and 4,000 non-teaching staff. Those have been sore points that Rivers people have, talked about over and over again. Employment.
No government has the capacity to satisfy everybody. Of course, even when you do your best will not still be enough for some people. You are aware that there was an employment that was carried out in the River State University. There is an also employment that is ongoing now in River State University, is in the public domain. So when they say this government is not employing, it is not correct. What is correct is that the government is doing her best to make sure that it will carry her people along. So for me, I do not know the statistics or the yardstick the person is using to say that employment is not on. It's not in government, and all the employment the government has carried out is in the public domain, and people have applied, people have gained employment.
No, but the 5,000 jobs.
I'm coming. The 5,000 jobs. That's what I'm telling you. The 5,000 jobs, there is no specific place situated to say this particular parastatal will take 5,000.
Okay, so what you're saying is that some of the employments that have happened
are going on in different areas. Not to say that maybe one parastatal will take 5,000 people.
We're Nigerian for.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, you're on.
Yes, it is from Daily Road.
Okay.
I want to ask your guest because somebody called from Andorra and he said that the person has not gone to the village since. That is not the right statement for him to use first. But I want to ask him a question. A man that said that is qualified to go for the president. Now you are talking about the aircraft. Last week you said that the governor said that they discovered where the aircraft was abandoned and they paid £3.something million. Only you, the governor, yesterday again, are saying you pay so amount of money, so time, so amount of money in maybe 3 different transactions before you say that you are afraid of want to go and see it. The governor, I don't think such thing can be a president to rule Nigeria because your statement is not stable. A governor that cannot pay civil servants, a governor that can promise people jobs and not people in work, and the guests in your studio are saying they are playing. So they are employing people secretly without bringing it to the public domain. It's indicting itself. A governor that you don't want to hear about other people talk. A governor that, okay, what is his monthly salary that you are billing such thing in other judge? And everybody so clap for you. The Federal Road near your cinema, you know better is building. I don't know what that's building there. Is it part of Rivers project? Now they are saying the governor has gone to 23 years round Darlington. Do you know that some areas in Obiakpo, motor cannot access?
Tell me your local government. Tell me where you are from. Tell me your local government. Stop exaggerating. Please, can you tell me your local government and where you come from?
And don't use any ashword on them.
It be so.
Because we are discussing matter of contact Rivers State. We are all Rivers indigenous.
It be so.
We are paying our tax. So we must know what the governor is using the money for. So,
it be so.
Let us answer that question of this aircraft that we are talking of.
It be so.
If you listen to the news, they're going to use PDP chairman, some assembly members and some people. Are they the people that are supposed to go to that place to waste taxpayers' money for transport? And you are telling me that the governor is a messiah to Rivers State. We are talking about Major School. The Rivers State, the school that I mentioned built in different years, that they are taking the roof, taking everything. What happened to that school?
All right, so Darlington will respond. Darlington, please respond and let's move on.
I was first of all interested to hear the local government it comes from so that...
you didn't get that part.
I didn't get that part. Again, you see, cohesion is a problem. When people do not understand, it gives you difficulty in explaining. If Governor Wike said that we discovered the aircraft in Germany, does it mean that it was on that particular morning that he went to Germany that it was discovered? He has said they got a tip and the process of investigation started. before he went there, he must have concluded his investigation and was sure that when he goes there, he's going to see it. So my brother should understand that there is a process. You cannot hear that there is an aircraft parked in Germany or in Nigeria somewhere. You don't enter your vehicle and you get to that place. How they open the door for you if you do not establish a relationship of negotiation and all of that? That was what happened. So when you see that the governor said I paid so amount of money, and the other day I paid, even at Germany, when the governor was with the company that owns that aircraft, when he was speaking with them, he said that they got a tip and they opened up discussion with the establishment and they asked them to pay some bills. Putting together is what the governor is naming that this is what he has expended in that process. So you cannot just hear that my car is parked in Nigeria if we have just come. No, there are processes you will pass. So he needs to get that very, very clear. He talked about schools that were built by Amechi. I don't want to talk about that because in a school where you have 1,000 pupils, for instance, or 500 pupils, for instance, and you build a school that will take about 100 persons. So where are the other people going to? A school that deformed our those days when we were at school, there is what we call physical education. During break period, you go and play and do different kinds of sports. Tell me one field you can go to in those old schools today. That in those old schools that you can go and see field for football. Those schools destroyed our this thing. But that is not to say that was why it's not being carried. Some of the schools are functional. When Governor Wike came on board, let me also remind him that governance is a social contract that you enter with your people. You make promises during the campaign. What did Nyesom Wike say is going to do? Did Nyesom Wike say is going to solve all the problems in Nigeria or in River State? The answer is no. But there are things he said. He said going to fight and make sure that insecurity is brought to the minimum. And he has done it. Before today, like I said earlier, if you are walking in the streets of Port Harcourt, any part of River State, you'll be conscious of the fact that people will collect your phone. Even though that there is no society that is completely crime-free, but it has reduced. We can now walk freely. We can now go to parties in the night. We can now move around and all of that. That is one fight. And he said, look, I'm going to expand and provide quality roads to our people, because you can't talk about development without constructing. When people say it's only doing flyover, go to Lagos. Almost all the streets have flyovers. Yes, in Lagos, almost everywhere there are flyovers. So if Governor Wike has his way to make sure that he builds more flyover in River State, that will expand and make sure that the traffic situation in River State is being curtailed, so that people can have alternative choices of route. Let him go ahead and do it. If Governor Nyesom Wike, the one he has built in Romola, for instance, another government will not come to build it. The one he built in Ogunabali, another government is not coming to build it. It means that if you do one thing to do and get it well, another government will come to improve.